Let's now take you to that story by Ferdinand Omondi on the investigation front. And police now say 2 suspects have been arrested and at least 1 senior police officer interdicted following 2 nights of killings in Mpeketoni.
Well, the Inspector General of Police, David Kimai, also announced that a man who allegedly ran a fake Al-shabaab account has also been nabbed.
But as Ferdinand Omondi now reports, hundreds continue to flee Mpeketoni for fear of fresh attacks.
It is morning in Kitale, Mpeketoni, Kenya's newest camp for internally displaced persons. Hundreds spent their night here following a government advisory the previous day that their security could not be guaranteed unless they grouped. But while they converged here with the promise of security forces being deployed, they say they spent the night without a single policeman watching over them. It was also a tough night for many who slept in makeshift shelters. It was particularly tough for the elderly and the children. They had hoped for tents, which did not arrive on the first night. They also have to worry about sanitation, basic personal effects, and most importantly, the health of their children, bearing in mind they fled their homes in a hurry.
It is estimated at around 450 households. We also have another point where they have been displaced called Poromoko, and a team will shortly be heading there just also to conduct a similar assessment, which of course will inform the interventions that will be provided by the Kenya Red Cross Society, which include of course shelter, food and water and sanitation issues.
For many others, they simply cannot take the tension and uncertainty anymore. They hired buses to ferry them out of Mpeketoni. They are headed as far away as Muranga. Unknown people killed 59 men and disappeared without a trace after reportedly leaving chilling messages that they would be back. These ones who are not taking their chances even with enhanced security. In and around Mpeketoni, the funerals have begun. In the village of Umoja, family and friends are gathered for the burial of 29-year-old Francis Kamande Ngugi. The Juakali artisan was among the 48 killed on Sunday night. He leaves behind a wife and 2 young daughters. The village elder says 4 were buried in this area.
Tunahuzuni sana kwa vile wale wameenda bila kutarajia na bila makosa yoyote. Maana kila mtu alikuwa shughuli zake.
On the same day, mortuary attendants were up against time and space, preserving unclaimed bodies which had started decaying. Mpeketoni mortuary wasn't built for such a multitude of deaths. They had to set up a tent outdoors and lay the bodies on the field to process them. A traumatizing sight for natives passing by.
Wakati ule tulikuwa tuenda kutafuta, walikuwa wametafanywa wanyajua. Kwa hivyo miili ilikuwa imefula. Ilikuwa inanuka sana. Wanatusaidia hata msaidizi mdogo. Hata kwenda kuchukua kulikuwa na shida manake harufu. Ndio manake haikutunzwa vizuri.
At the divisional AP headquarters, the Interior Cabinet Secretary was cracking his whip. KTN has learned that Lamu County Commander Leonard Omolo has been sent packing amid revelations that local security organs had intelligence about the impending attacks but failed to take action. Sources intimated to KTN that 2 other administration police officers are also facing disciplinary action. Olelenku, who spent over 9 hours speaking to security officers, declined to comment, only opting to reassure residents before hurriedly walking away.
Mamukae na amani. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much.
Inspector General David Kimai confirmed to KTN that 2 suspects are in custody but declined to give further details.
Naona hata rais akiwa mahali huko anazidi kuchukua hatua. Simliona jana akifuta watu.
Outside the meeting place, local leaders were pleading with the masses to stay calm and not take matters into their hands.
Hatuchukui hatua mikononi.
They were also asked not to flee their houses. Some in the crowd were heard saying they felt safer in the bush. The killers had been walking from door to door, flashing out men and killing them. And as the bodies are laid to rest, the general feeling in Mpeketoni is that of an uneasy calm, a hope that the killings have stopped, but with a lingering nervousness about surviving the night untouched. Amid the tears and anguish, an uneasy calm is creeping back into Mpeketoni, but few, if any, of the residents are feeling safe, especially with the killer still at large. The dead are getting laid to rest, but those alive are very restless. Ferdinand Omondi, KTN, Mpeketoni, Lamu.